Hi everyone. So today's topic we will talk about the Cloud Run. In the previous video we have seen in the Cloud Run how to use the template container using the Cloud Run. Today we will use a GitHub in which we are having a repository. We will create the repository on the GitHub, and using the Cloud Run we will run this repository and we'll see the what different approach we can use it, and we have a cloud build also. So there are different components will come in this video using Cloud Run. Let's start this. So first you need a cloud repository. I mean GitHub is required. Okay, in this you have to create a one GitHub account, and if your account it's a free, I guess once your account is created, then you have to go and create a repository here. Okay, so alright, so while creating the new repository you have to give the name. I just give, it's user defined, you can give the name hello, and there we will create the repository. The option you can see, create a repository, and you have to just check mark add a readme file. So this is where you can write the long description for your project. So let me create a repository first. Okay, once your repository created, you can see here the repository name has been created. Then you have to create the file. You can go to the add a file, and once you have to create a new file. So what I'm going to do in this file, I'll just give the name of this file. So here you can give the file name app.py. Okay, so I will pass a quick script. Let me show you the command what I will write. So this is what the script that I'm using from Flask, and I have written a normal function inside the Python, and that will, if I call this function home, then it will print hello from Cloud Run. So this is the objective, to use this script using this repository. Okay, so I will just commit change onto this, and it will pop up. You have to just make sure that the code you have written it's error free. There should not be any bug. Okay, now you have to create one more file, that is you can give a file name at Docker. Right, I type it, and again you have to go and let me just get my code first for this Docker file. So in this Docker file, alright, so this Docker file we have some details that we have. So the first the version I'm using the 3.9, that is being used an official Python runtime, and then I will set the repository directory, I mean the working directory. So that I have written work directory app is the directory name, and the next is what your copied app. So copy the current directory contents into the container, and the next one is will install all the dependencies which required. You can see the previous one, the script I have used the Flask, so I have to download this all the dependency and install. So the command I'm using run pip install Flask, and then I will set the environment port number 8080. Usually it's being the default port number, I have mentioned the same, and then I will run the application for the same. So this Docker file will help me to execute the code, and what all the dependencies required that will support by this file. And then I will go to commit change. I will create the Docker. So see that all the three files readme, hope you remember that I have selected this option, and this 2 file is created. Okay, so here on the git I will on your GitHub, this file is ready. So now I will go to my cloud build. So you have to just type it. I have already opened the cloud build, but again I just write it. You have to go to the cloud build. Let me type this. All right. Right, so getting into the cloud build, I will go to the triggers and I will set all the just let me click onto that. So here I will define the template for this. So I will give the trigger name. Let me write it test. Okay. All right. So we'll set the reason. I will go with the skip same reason, the default one. In the event, I will select the default, the push to branch. That's fine. And the repository generation is first generation. That is okay. And here you have to define the repository which you have created in your GitHub. Make sure that when you're you have the authentication to use your repository to fetch the data from your GitHub. Okay, so the moment I click on connect a new repository, yep, and click on to authentication. So if you get the authentication to access the GitHub into this account, then it's going to work. And you see that you have to select your GitHub account first. It will reflect. So how many so there's a drop down. Yep. So what you have the GitHub account you have to select, and under this account you might have created multiple repository. So you have to select which repository you're looking for. So I had just created the app one. Okay. Yep. So sorry, I had created hello. So I will just select. So simple, which repository you have. If you have multiple repository, which repository you want to fetch from this cloud build, you have to select, and you have to just bookmark here. And let's connect with this. Simple. So make sure this authentication and accessibility should not be any challenge. Okay, rest will remain the same. We'll just here you have to select your service account. So I'm going to make it on the developer one. Okay, developer service account, and yeah, and simply then click on create, and make sure that all the details, most of the details, it was the default one. Some changes which I have made it into my repository, and the account of your GitHub, that was a major part into this cloud build. So here your trigger job is ready. That is a test app, and event I have said that is a push to branch. Okay.
You can cross check it using the repositories.
Okay, so you can cross check the repository. Alright, so here is the repository you have. You can click onto that, and if you want to just cross check, yes, you can see what we have, the repository design, it is coming the same. So it's just for cross check the same repository, it is reflecting or not. Okay, I guess after this we will move to your cloud run. Okay, so you just type it cloud run, and yeah, so click onto your deploy container, and here you have to click onto the service. When you're going to the service part, now you see that you have a deploy. So last time we have done onto the Docker Hub using the same the sample container, but this time we'll use your GitHub. Okay, so you select this GitHub and click on your setup with cloud build, and it will again ask you the repository details. So you have to give the repository details which you have designed, and click on and simple, you can click on to the next. So if your trigger build, your cloud build, you have defined properly, it will not be any challenge to pass the information. It will take it automatically. Alright, so we have the Docker file. So hope you remember that, and that we have given all the information how this build should execute, and save this file. Alright, so I guess we are good to execute. So authentication, you have to put you have to give the service name. I will go with the hello, and require based. I'm not going to make any changes into the file, and if all the value as per the requirement is good, then we are good to create this service, and it will take some time. Let's wait. So here you can see that the build is ready, and the URL you have to click, and once you click on the URL, you can see what we have passed. Hello Cloud Run, it is printing. So this is the quick demo that we have used GitHub on Cloud Run. Thank you. Hey, don't forget to download our app for access to free courses and interactive quizzes. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and free content. See you next time. Happy learning.